Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Now, all of you would have already seen the video lecture of forfeiture and reissue of shares entries. So, let's discuss and understand that concept once again thoroughly. First of all, keep it in mind that forfeiture and reissue of shares, now what we are studying today, the most important topic in 12th standard. More important than that was also the pro rata allotment. But pro rata allotment has been reduced from the syllabus. So now from board exam point of view, forfeiture and reissue from this exam's point of view becomes the most important topic. Okay? Raise your hand. What is the meaning of forfeiture of shares? Samay from Nizampura. Yes, Samay from Nizampura, tell me. Unmute and tell me. Samay from Nizampura. He is not able to unmute. Okay. Weber from Pratap Nagar, you tell me.
Yes, sir. When a company cancels the share of the shareholders which were allotted to their is known as forfeiture.
Okay, cancellation of shares. In simple language, you can say cancellation of shares is called forfeiture. Now understand the concept exactly forfeiture. All of you tell me, when you borrow any loan from anyone, do you give something in security against that generally or not? When you borrow loan from anyone, do you give any security or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Give me few examples of what may you offer in security. What can you give in security when you borrow loan from anyone?
Gold. Vehicles paper.
What else? Gold. Okay. Jewelry.
Property papers.
Property papers, gold, jewelry.
Documents.
Documents means ownership. Ownership of house. It is mortgaged. It is called hypothecated or mortgaged. Car can also be given in security. Vehicles can be given in security. Okay. Now, what would the money lender do if you don't repay that loan?
He'll sell.
Sell it and
Sell
realize
the
the
asset.
value.
Will sell the.
Can you tell me one word for that? What will he do? He may not sell it. See, for example, no, not even auction. Suppose I have given you a loan and you have mortgaged your house against that. You don't repay me the loan. I may not sell the house. I may like to keep it. Is it necessary for me to sell that house?
No.
Now, what is one word? हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हो. What is one word if you don't repay the loan? Yes. Japt. Confiscate. Have you heard this word? Japt kar lena. Japt kar lena.
पुलिस वाले घायल हुए थे.
The money lender will confiscate your jewelry. The money lender will confiscate your property or vehicle or assets. Japt kar lega. He will confiscate that. Okay. Confiscate or japt means what? He will take possession of that. He will claim the ownership and take possession of that. And then it depends on him whether he wants to sell that asset or not. He may keep it for his private use also. He may not sell the asset also. Did you get this point? Now, same manner in the case of shares also. Forfeiture is the product of calls in arrears. Forfeiture is the action on calls in arrears. What are calls in arrears?
The money which we have not
Amount
paid.
not paid.
Not payable by the shareholder.
Yes. The money called by the company but not paid by the shareholder. Therefore, calls in arrears, outstanding money. The money is called by the company but the shareholders have not paid that money. That is called calls in arrears. Now, as per the articles of association, which table do we follow as per Companies Act in making articles of association? As per the recent Companies Act 2013, if you don't make your own
F table.
table F, very good. Table F. Okay, if you don't make your own articles of association, then you can adopt the table F of Companies Act 2013 revised. Now, as per that table F, you will give reminders to the shareholders. But how many reminders? Not unlimited, infinite reminders. If the money becomes due on 1st August, then company may make a rule in articles of association that they will give maximum 3 reminders. What if the shareholder still does not pay the money after 3 reminders? Does the company have to take any action on that or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If in spite of 3 reminders, shareholder does not pay the money, then company will have to take action against that shareholder. What is that action against the shareholder? Forfeiture of shares. What is this forfeiture of shares? Company maintains. See, we maintain your attendance sheet. Do we maintain your attendance sheet?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the same manner, in the same manner, company also maintains a register of all the shareholders. Do you get this? Shareholders are the
Yes, sir.
owners of the company. Shareholders are the real owners of the company. So company must have the records. Who are the owners of the company? Even if they are in thousands and lakhs and crores, company must have record of that. So company maintains a register where each and every owner's name and details are mentioned. Bank account details, name, residence, everything is mentioned in that register. Now, if you don't pay being an owner, you don't pay the money to the company, do you deserve to be an owner?
No.
No.
No, sir.
See, myself, Abhishek sir, Kamal sir, we all are partners, right? Now, if we have to introduce capital in the business, necessary, then we have to introduce, we cannot say no. We will have to introduce that money. If I don't introduce that money, what will my other 2 partners do? If I am not,
Remove from company or remove from partnership?
they will kick me out from the partnership. That if you cannot bring the money, then you leave the business. And that is what the company does. Company kicks the shareholders out. If you cannot pay the money, you cannot be the owner. So what does the company do? Company cancels. Company cancels the name of the shareholders from the register because they have not paid their dues on time. Calls are in arrears in spite of frequent reminders. Company cancels their name from the register of members, shareholders. This procedure is called japt, forfeiture of shares, confiscate. Company takes those ownership back and gives it to someone else who is ready to pay that money. Is the concept of forfeiture clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I repeat it once again, okay? Just a minute, wait for a... Yes, so once again, forfeiture of shares means cancellation of shares. Because the shareholders have not paid calls in arrears in spite of frequent reminders, company cancels the name of the shareholders from the register of the company, register of shareholders, owners of the company. That process is called forfeiture of shares. Raise your hand who did not understand the concept of forfeiture. What is the meaning of forfeiture? All are clear? Everyone is clear with forfeiture?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now what we have to study is the accounting entries. What we have to study for the forfeiture is the accounting entries. Okay, we are not going to understand that how will they cancel the name from the company's register. That all is secretary's part, company secretarial part. We are accountants. So we have to understand what accounting entries we have to pass to remove the ledger accounts from the company. To remove that much extent, to that extent, the amounts from the ledger accounts from the company. That journal entries we are going to study over here. Okay. So if you have already written it, you need not write it again. If you have not, write it and you can ask me your doubts wherever you have. Raise your hand. Who will tell me the journal entry for forfeiture of shares? What will be the journal entry for forfeiture of shares without seeing from the notebooks? Your notebooks should be closed. Okay, notebooks should be closed. Parth Fadke from Pratap Nagar.
Equity share capital account debit to calls in arrears to share of a forfeiture.
Okay, very good. Correct. All of you share forfeitures entries I am explaining you, and I am explaining you the combined entry. Combined entry means it will be applicable in all the situations, whether the shares are issued at par or at premium. I will be giving you only one entry which will be applicable whether the shares are issued at par or at premium. Okay.
Yeah.
So forfeiture of shares. And I will explain you also. If there is any confusions, you can ask it to me again. As I said, forfeiture of shares means cancellation of shares. This is the second topic we are doing. In the first lecture, I explained you we are going to study 4 topics in this chapter. Issue of shares. Now we are doing this second topic and third topic today. Forfeiture and reissue of shares, and then fourth one is pro rata, which is reduced from the syllabus. Okay, this one is reduced from the syllabus, removed. So forfeiture is our second topic. Now, forfeiture means cancellation of share capital or cancellation of shareholders' name from the register of the company. So what entry we have to pass? In all the entries, tell me, all these entries, what we have passed in the first lecture. What do we do with share capital account in all these entries? Debit or credit?
Credit.
Credit.
Yes.
Credit.
Look at entry number 2. Do you find share capital credited in that entry or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Look at
Yes,
entry number 3. Do you find share capital credited in that entry or not?
Yes, sir.
Look at entry number 5. Do you find share capital credited in that entry or not? So in all the entries, share capital account, is it debited or credited?
Credited.
Credited.
Once again, in all the entries, is share capital account debited or credited?
Credited.
So what should we do to close that?
Debit.
Reverse debit.
Reverse and debit. Share capital account is credited in all the entries. To close it, we will reverse and debit that. So share capital account debit. Okay, share capital account is credited in all the entries. So to close that, we will reverse and debit that. So share capital account debit. Any doubts why share capital account is debited in this entry?
No, sir.
No, sir.
See, this entry is complicated because we don't follow the normal rules of debit and credit. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out, debit, expense, credit, income, debit, receiver, credit, giver. We don't follow the normal rules in this entry. That's why it is. Now, all of you understand this. When shares are issued at premium, can you see these entries, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, except application or even in application, when do you credit the security premium account? Before receiving it or after receiving it?
After receiving it?
In all the 3 installments,
No.
No.
when do we credit security premium in application account? Before receiving it or after receiving it?
After receiving.
After receiving.
It because this is which entry? First entry or second entry?
Second entry.
Second entry means in the first entry we received the money, then we transfer to share capital, is it or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So in case of application, when do we transfer the money to security premium account? After receiving it. However, in case of allotment and calls, do you credit the security premium before receiving it or after receiving it?
Before receiving.
Before receiving.
Before receiving it, because these two are the first entries or second entries?
First.
First.
First entries. All of you can see here that these two are the first entry of allotment and call. So can I say in allotment and calls, the premium is already taken as our income before receiving it?
Yes.
Premium is
Yes, sir.
already considered as our income,
Yes.
credit all incomes and gains. Though we have not received it, then also we have considered it as our income, is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Now, if any shareholder does not pay the money, means we don't receive this income, then should we close these two accounts or not?
Yes, sir.
Because we credited them before receiving the money. So what if later on the shareholders don't pay the money, then can we still consider it as our income?
No.
No. So we have to close that account. We cannot consider it as our income. We have to close that account. We credited it earlier. So what will we do to close that account?
Debit.
So security premium account also debit. Did everyone understand the logic of security premium account debit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I repeat it one more time. Security premium account is credited before receiving the money in case of allotment and calls. Applications premium will never be debited here. Only allotment and calls premium will come here if it is not paid. So if security premium is not paid by the shareholder, we considered it as our income before receiving the money. Now we did not receive that money, so we have to close that account. It is no more our income. We credited it earlier, so to close it, we reverse and debit this account. So same logic. Why do we debit share capital account?
Because earlier we credited.
To close the account. Earlier it is credited, now to close it, we reverse and debit. And same logic, why do we debit security premium account?
To close that up.
To close the account. Earlier it is credited, now we did not receive the money, so to close it, we reverse and debit. Is everyone clear with the logic of these two accounts debit? Any doubts in it?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Now understand this. Which installment did Devami not pay? Which installments did Devami not pay?
Allotment and final call.
Allotment and final
Allotment and final call.
And because she does not pay even after frequent reminders, will we forfeit her shares or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Like if you remember in one illustration we had where the person paid the calls in arrears at a later date. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But then after that we solved one more question. Did the person pay the money at the later date?
No.
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 So what if Devami does not pay the money after frequent reminders? Will we forfeit her shares or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now my question to you is, what is the money she has not paid? What is the money?
2000.
What is the money she has not paid?
2000.
6 rupees. Money, not number of shares. What is the money she has not paid? 3 plus 3?
6.
6. What is the money she has paid?
4.
4.
Will we give this back to her?
No.
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 We will not give it back to her, right? You borrow a loan.
Yes.
You borrow a loan. You pay the loan installment for 5 years out of 15 years. Then you stop paying the money. The bank takes back your house. Will the bank give you back that 5 years EMIs?
No.
No, sir.
No.
They will
No,
never
sir.
give it back, is it or not? So can I say this amount what the company has received and not going to give back is an income for the company?
Yes.
Yes.
How income? Again,
Yes,
the
sir.
company received only 4 rupees. If the bank does not pay you the money back, you paid 5 years installments instead of 15 years. Is it a gain or a loss for the bank?
Gain.
Gain.
Why?
Gain.
Why?
हाउस भी ले
Because-
लिया और पैसे भी ले लिए.
Exactly. House भी मिल गया, पैसे भी मिल गए. House bank can sell and recover full money of your loan plus 5 years installment. They have already got it from you. So is it profit for the bank or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the same manner, company will sell these shares again and collect full 10 rupees again, or maybe even more than that. Plus this shareholder Divani also has paid 4 rupees. So is this 4 rupees a gain for the company or not? Income for the company or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is the third account in the entry? Whatever money is paid by the shareholder is capital gain for the company. Credit all incomes and gains. So we transfer it to share forfeiture account because company forfeits that money. Did you understand it? Company will forfeit that money. So it is transferred to which account? Forfeiture account. But what is the reason for crediting share forfeiture account? It is an gain for the company, capital gain for the company. Credit all incomes and gains. It's a normal rule. Share forfeiture amount forfeited, taken back is gain for the company. Credit all incomes and gains, so to share forfeiture account. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Once again,
No, sir.
why do you
No,
debit
sir.
capital account?
To close that account.
To close the account. Why do you debit security premium account?
To close.
But why do you credit share forfeiture account?
It is the
Capital
income for the
profit.
company.
Incomes and gains.
Capital gain for the company, credit all incomes and gains. Now, if you forfeit Devami's shares, then can I say that 66,000 is still receivable from her?
Yes.
Can I say that 6,000 is still receivable from her?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What? Yes, no.
शेयर ही नहीं तो
You
कितना?
have cancelled the name of the shareholder from the register. So how come the money is still receivable? If the bank takes back your property, then is the further installment still receivable from you?
No.
No, sir.
And why
No,
did
sir.
bank has not even given you the opportunity? They have taken back your house. Then will you pay any further installment? Is it still payable by you?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
That is what I'm asking. If you cancel the name of Devami from the register of shareholders, okay, if you cancel the name of Devami from the register of shareholders, then is any amount of 66,000 and 6,000 still receivable from her?
No,
Yes.
sir.
No, sir.
Who still feels yes, raise your hand.
No.
Who still feels yes? Vani, unmute yourself. Vani,
Yes, sir.
Devami is no more the owner of the company. You have forfeited, means cancelled her name from the register of shareholders. Okay,
Yes, sir.
he is now no more the owner of the company because you have forfeited her shares. Okay,
So, sir, amount will not receive.
so is this still any more receivable? Can I say that still we have to receive 66,000 from Devami after cancelling her name also?
No.
We cannot say na. Suppose Vani,
Sir.
suppose you don't pay the fees of UWIL classes and we cancel your name from the students list. Then can I say still the money is receivable from you?
No, sir.
Because I have cancelled your name, you are no more of a student, so no money is receivable. Did you get the point?
Yes, sir.
So that is what I am asking, that if the shareholder has not paid the money and we cancel his name, then can we still say that the money is receivable from the shareholders?
No, sir.
No. Okay, raise your hand who still feels that the money is receivable. Is everyone clear that this money is no more receivable now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Now these accounts have we debited or not? Have we debited these two accounts, calls in arrears?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
So what will we do to close them, because now they are no more receivable?
Credit.
Credit.
So two calls in arrears account. Two calls in arrears account to again close the account, means the reason for these three are same: share capital, security premium, and calls in arrears. Same reason or recording it. Why do we debit share capital account?
To
Close
close
that
it.
Why do we debit security premium account?
Close it.
Close.
To close the account. And why do we credit calls in arrears account? To close the account.
To close it.
Share capital and security premium are credited earlier, so to close them we reverse and debit. Calls in arrears are debited earlier, so to close them we reverse and credit. Means for all these three, the reason for recording the accounts is close the account. Any doubt in that? And what is the reason for crediting share forfeiture account?
It is the income for the company.
Capital gain for the company, credit all incomes and gains. Okay.
Gain.
Now regarding the amounts. Amounts are important. Share capital account we will debit with what amount? So entry, did you all understand the logic? Two accounts debit and two accounts credit. Which two accounts debit?
Share capital and
Share
security.
capital and
Premium.
Capital and security premium. And which two accounts credit?
To share.
Share forfeiture and calls in arrears.
Share forfeiture and two accounts debit, share capital and security premium. Two accounts credit, share forfeiture and calls in arrears.
Yes.
You understand the journal entry first of all?
Yes, sir.
Now understand the amounts. Share capital account you will debit with number of shares forfeited Okay, share capital account you will debit with number of shares forfeited multiplied by called up capital per share. Number of shares forfeited multiplied by called up capital per share. Now, why called up capital? Understand it? See, if you do the forfeiture after allotment, when do you do the forfeiture?
After allotment.
After allotment means, can I say after the fourth entry?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, can I say till 4 entries, share capital account is credited with applications 4 rupees and allotments 3 rupees, 7 rupees only?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If you pass the entry of forfeiture here in between, before final call, then up till the forfeiture, share capital is credited with what amount? 7.
7.
So to close it, you have to reverse and debit with 7 rupees only. So to
Yes,
close
sir.
it, you have to reverse and debit it with 7 rupees only or not?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
if you forfeit the shares after final call, you understand the difference now? If you forfeit the shares after final call, then can I say that share capital is credited with 4 rupees, 3 rupees, as well as this 3 rupees of final call?
Yes.
And here
Yes, sir.
pass the entry of forfeiture means 4 plus 3, 7 plus 3, share capital is credited
10.
10 rupees. So you have to reverse and debit with full 10 rupees.
Yes.
So if it is forfeited after allotment, then what is the amount called by the company so far?
7 rupees.
7 rupees.
7.
If it is forfeited after final call, then what is the company called by amount called by the company so far?
10.
10 rupees.
10 rupees.
These accounts only we have to reverse and debit because they are credited to share capital account. Did you understand this logic?
Yes, sir.
So share capital accounts amount will be how much? Number of shares forfeited into
Called up capital.
and called up capital will depend on when the forfeiture is done. Called up capital will depend on when is the forfeiture done. If forfeiture is done after allotment, then in our example called up capital is 7. If forfeiture is done after final call, then always called up capital is complete 10 rupees. Did you understand this or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So share
Yes,
capital
sir.
we have to debit with called up capital multiplied by, of course, number of shares forfeited. Security premium. Okay, why do we debit security premium?
To close that account.
Why do we have to close
Close
that?
that account.
Why do we have to close that account?
Because premium is not reached yet.
Because shareholders did not pay the premium and we considered it as an income in advance, right? Because premium is not paid by the shareholders and we consider it as an income in advance. So this will be with number of shares forfeited multiplied by premium not paid by the shareholder. Number of shares forfeited multiplied by premium not paid by the shareholder. Did you all understand this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If shareholder has paid the premium, then we have credited it as an income correctly only. Then we don't have to close it. We have to close it only if the shareholder does not pay the premium. Means if all the premium money is received, then security premium will not be debited also in the journal entry. Security premium we will debit only if the premium is
Not paid.
not paid. Otherwise, your entry will become share capital to share forfeiture to call scenarios. If the premium is received by the company, then forfeitures entry will become share capital to share forfeiture to call scenarios. Did you understand this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, share forfeiture account. What did I tell you? What will the company confiscate and not give back to Devami? Out of this amount, What will the company confiscate and not give it back to Devani?
Application money.
That is 4
Application money,
rupees.
4 rupees.
That is what is
4 rupees.
That is what is forfeited, 4 rupees. So to share forfeiture account with number of shares forfeited into amount paid by the shareholder. Number of shares forfeited into amount paid by the shareholders. Okay? Because whatever amount is paid by the shareholder, that only will be confiscated and forfeited and not returned back. Did everyone understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And lastly, calls in arrears are the amount not paid by the shareholder. So we will close them with the amount not paid. Number of shares forfeited multiplied by amount not paid by the shareholders. Okay, multiplied by amount not paid by the shareholders. Do you all understand this portion, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All the amounts are to be multiplied by number of shares forfeited. Do you find this common or not?
Yes, sir.
So you just remember called up capital, premium not paid, amount paid, amount not paid. Repeat, called up capital,
Called up capital.
Called up capital.
Up capital.
200 people only, so much of noise. Called up capital,
Called up capital.
Capital.
premium not paid,
Capital not paid.
Premium not paid.
amount paid
Amount
by the
not paid.
shareholder,
Amount
Not paid by the shareholder.
By the shareholder.
paid by the shareholder.
amount not paid by shareholder.
Paid by shareholder.
Once again, which two accounts do we have to debit?
Share capital and
Capital and security premium.
Premium.
Share capital, called up capital. So share capital, called up capital, security premium not paid.
Okay.
Debit share capital, called up capital, security premium not paid.
Share capital, called up capital, security premium not paid.
Capital, called up capital, securities.
Premium not
Premium not paid.
Share capital, called up capital, security premium not paid. To share forfeiture amount paid, to calls in areas amount not paid.
Not paid.
To share forfeiture amount paid, to calls in areas amount not paid.
Not paid.
Got it, everyone? And all the four you have to multiply with number of shares forfeited. All the four you have to multiply with number of shares
Forfeited.
forfeited.
And you all remember this entry perfectly well now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once again, which two accounts debit?
Share
Share
capital.
capital and
Securities.
security
Security
premium.
Share capital,
Premium.
share capital,
Called up. Called up.
Called up capital.
Called up capital.
Premium not paid.
Not paid.
So which two accounts we have to credit?
Share forfeiture and call in
Forfeited
arrears.
and
Secured and
Called in
policy
arrears.
areas.
Share forfeiture credit with amount paid.
Amount paid.
Paid.
Policy
Not paid.
areas credit with amount.
amount which is not paid.
Amount not paid.
Yes, very good. So I hope everyone is clear with the entry of forfeiture, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, what did I explain you here? Can you tell me? What is this I explained you here? Raise your hand. What is this I explained you here? Only two people. Others don't know. What did I explain you? Heath Gandhi. Yes, tell me, what did I explain you?
Sir, you explained that we do not record calls in arrears.
Yes, there are two alternatives. Either you record calls in areas or you
Do not record.
don't record calls in areas. And I told you both the entries are right. Do you all remember this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I told you that either you
Yes, sir.
record bank calls in areas to equity share first call or you pass the entry directly bank to equity share first call. Both the entries are correct. Did I tell you this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. What happens if you record calls in arrears? What happens if
Yes,
you record calls in arrears? Raise your hand. Haley Shah.
First call account will be.
Haley Shah. What happens if you record calls in arrears?
Sir.
What happens if you record calls in arrears?
Sir, if we record calls in arrears, then the unpaid amount will stand debited to calls in arrears account.
First call
And
account will get closed.
an equity share first call will be closed.
Yes, and 3200 will stand to the debit of calls in arrears. And Haley, if you don't record calls in arrears, then what happens?
Then equity share final call account will not get closed, and the amount unpaid will stand debited to that respective account.
Correct. If you don't record calls in arrears, then this 3200, which is debited to calls in arrears account, in the ledger book, it will stand to the debit of first call account itself. Did everyone understand this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
No, sir.
who did not understand, raise your hand. Who did not understand, raise your hand. Okay, very good. Okay, fantastic. I'll explain it one more time. Dwaj, Pravek and Devesh, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, understand it again, I'm explaining you. In the first alternative, Dwaj,
Yes, sir.
their first call is debited with what amount?
First, 36 lakhs.
36 lakhs. And in the sixth entry, share first call is credited with what amount?
Sir, first entry.
In the
Fifth
fifth
entry, na?
first call is debited with 36 lakhs.
Yes, sir.
Entry first call is credited with what amount?
36 lakhs.
So can I say in the first alternative call, first call account gets closed
Yes, sir.
and 3200 is in the debit of which ledger account?
Calls in area.
Is the first alternative clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now we go to the second one. If you don't record the calls in area, second alternative, okay?
Okay.
Then first call is debited with what amount in the fifth entry?
36 lakhs.
But it is credited with what amount in the sixth entry?
35 lakhs 96,800.
So does first call account get closed?
No, sir.
No. 36 lakhs minus 35,96,800. Will 3,200 remain in this account or not?
Yes, sir.
Is that same 3,200 of calls in arrears or not?
Yes, yes.
So in the first alternative, this 3,200 remains in which ledger account?
Calls in area.
And in the second alternative, same 3,200 remains in which ledger account?
First call.
Did you understand it now?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir. Thank you.
Do you want me to explain it again?
No, sir.
Okay, two more people had raised your hand. Dwaj Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are Dwaj only. Two other two had raised hand. Did you understand it or you want me to explain it again? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Understood? Sure. Devesh and Pravek, you understood it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now what I am trying to convey here is, if we have not recorded calls in arrears, are you getting my point, everyone? If we have
Not recorded calls.
not recorded calls,
Not recorded calls in
then can I say we have to credit equity share allotment account or equity share first call account or equity share final call account? Because if we don't record calls in arrears, then instead of calls in arrears, same account stands to the debit of which accounts? Share allotment account and share call account. Are you able to understand this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But when do we have to?
Yeah.
But when do we have to credit instead of calls in arrears, share allotment and share call?
When we do not record calls in area.
Exactly. When do we have to credit share allotment and share call? If we
Do not record calls in area.
Don't record
calls in arrears.
Now you understand why I told you recording calls in arrears is better.
Yes.
I told you there are the two alternatives, but you follow calls in arrears alternative because forfeiture
Yes.
is simple. I told you this or not?
Yes,
Did
sir.
I tell you
Yes.
this or not? So this is the reason. See, if you record calls in arrears, only one account you have to remember to credit. Which account?
Calls in arrears.
But if you record calls in arrears, then so much you have to remember. Already forfeiture is so complicated. Further, you have to remember that if allotment money is not paid, we have to credit share allotment account. If call money is not paid, we have to credit share first call account. If final call money is not paid, we have to credit share final call account. So many
Yes.
things to remember. Instead of that, it's better that you record.
Calls in arrears.
Understood that?
Yes.
Yes,
But,
sir.
but, if there is a short question, which question?
Short question.
Short question.
What is a short question?
2 marks question.
I know for you people, all accounts questions are long only. How
Yes,
can
sir.
you question be short in accounts? Short question is that question where we have to pass only forfeitures entries. First 6 entries are not to be passed. First 6 means 2 of application, 2 of allotment, 2 of calls. These 6 entries are not to be passed. Which entries are to be passed only?
Only a forfeiture.
Feature entry.
So will it be a short question or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you come across short question, then do we know whether calls in arrears has been debited in these 6 entries or not?
No, sir.
We don't have to pass first 6 entries. We don't have to pass first 6 entries.
Only
Directly
forfeiture.
forfeitures entry. So do we know whether company recorded calls in arrears or not?
No, sir.
It will mention on question.
So in short questions, we have to credit this share allotment and share call account only. So what do you have to remember? In long questions, we have to credit calls in arrears account, and in short questions, we have to credit share allotment and share call account. Once again, what do you have to remember? In long questions, we have to credit,
Calls in arrears.
and in short questions, we have to credit.
Share
allotment.
share call.
Okay, in long questions, we are going to record calls in arrears, so we will credit calls in arrears. In short questions, we don't know whether calls in arrears is recorded or not, so we will credit share allotment and share call account.
Final.
Is everyone clear with when to follow which alternative?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do
Yes.
you want to write this or have you already written it?
Return.
Return, sir.
Who all are still writing this? Raise your hand. Calls in arrears in long questions and these 2 in short questions. Okay. Who all are still writing it? Raise your hand. Okay, 2 people are writing it. I am waiting for you. Complete it fast, then I'll proceed with reissues entries. Forfeiture entries clear to everyone. Shall I proceed with reissue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope everyone is writing it. Okay, I hope everyone is writing. And if you have not written, if you have not written, then it's okay. Now, reissues concepts understand. What is the first thing you people told me? What will the bank do if you don't repay the money? What is the first thing you people told me today?
Authenticated.
Yes, but confiscated is what I told you. What did you people tell me in the beginning?
Yep.
Sell.
Jabt ke pehle, what did you people tell me when I asked you?
Sell.
Yes, sell. What did you people tell me will the bank do if you don't repay the money? You said bank will sell the property, bank will sell the asset. Did you tell that or not?
Yes, sir.
So after jabting, after forfeiting, after confiscating the shares, what will the company do with this jabt shares? They will give it to someone else.
Yes, sir.
This is called reissue of shares. First time when the company issues the shares, it is issue of shares. Second time because they are issuing it again. So it is called a reissue of shares. Did you understand this logic, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, reissue of shares.
Yes, sir.
After forfeiting, the company is again giving these shares to someone else, so reissue of shares. Repeat, bank is the receiver. We are going to receive the money. Bank is the receiver.
Bank,
Bank is the receiver.
bank is the
Bank is
receiver.
the receiver.
Debit the receiver.
Debit.
Debit
Debit the receiver.
receiver.
Bank account debit.
Bank
Bank
account
account debit.
Account debit.
The amount will be number of shares reissued into reissue price. Okay, number of shares reissued into reissue price. Now tell me, will the number of shares forfeited and the number of shares reissued be same itself or not?
No. Yes.
Who said no?
Yes.
Yes, Tisha, why no?
Sir, because it can be less, it can they can add premium or they can give discount also.
I am not talking about the price. If 500 shares are forfeited quantity,
Yes, sir.
suppose you hold 500 shares of the company and you don't pay first call and final call, company forfeits your 500 shares and then sell it again. So will the number of shares forfeited 500 be same as the number of shares reissued 500 or not?
At the same time, it can be, it cannot be.
Why it cannot be? That's what I'm asking you.
If the person want only 400, then there will be only 400.
Exactly. If you don't find a buyer, what will you do? You all understand this point? Number of shares forfeited may be different from number of shares reissued also. Company forfeited 500 shares, but there is no demand. And you are able to find a buyer who wants to buy only 400 shares. Will you sell at least 400 shares or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And remaining 100 you will sell in future when another person wants to buy that. But right now you are selling only 400 out of 500. So number of shares reissued can be different from number of shares forfeited also. Did you all understand this?
Yes.
So it's quite simple. In forfeitures entry, take the number of shares forfeited. In reissue entry, take the number of shares reissued. Did you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Forfeitures
Yes, sir.
entry, take the number of shares forfeited. In reissue entry, take the number of shares reissued. Now, here Devami already paid 4 rupees to the company. Is it or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So even if the company sells the shares at 6 rupees, will the company be at a loss?
No.
No.
No. And even if the company sells the shares at 7 rupees, will company be at a loss?
No.
No.
Still it will be at a profit only of 1 rupee, is it or not?
Yes. Yes.
So generally company, when they give these shares to others, they give at discount. 7 rupees means, is the company giving 3 rupees discount or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But still company is not at a loss, because that 3 rupees company does not have to pay from company's own pocket. That 3 rupees company has to pay from Devami's pocket. Did you understand this?
Yes.
Devami already paid 4 rupees to the company. Devami already paid 4 rupees to the company.
Yes.
From this only the company has to pass on discount to the future shareholders. So company does not give discount from its own pocket. Company gives discount from old shareholders' pocket. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Company does not give discount from company's own pocket. Company gives discount from whose pocket?
Shareholders.
Old shareholders' pocket, who has already paid the money to the company. That amount did we credit to share forfeiture account or not? What he had paid? Yes. So same account we have to reverse and debit when we give this discount. When we give the discount, we will not write share discount is a loss because it is not a loss for the company. We will write share forfeiture account debit, because whatever amount was collected from the old shareholder was credited to share forfeiture account. So to pass on the discount from same account, we have to debit the same account. Number of shares reissued into discount per share. Is everyone clear why discount is debited to share forfeiture account?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because company does not give discount from its own pocket. Company gives discount from
Old shareholders.
which ledger account represents old shareholders pocket?
Share forfeiture.
So
Share
same
forfeiture
pocket we have to debit. Same pocket we have to debit when we give discount. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And you will credit share capital account. Now see, when the company issues the shares, do they call the money in installments or not? Application, allotment and call.
Yes, sir.
But did the company have a bad experience of not receiving the money from shareholders or not?
Yes.
Yes. Now when the company resells these shares, they will again not ask installments, they'll collect full money. They will again not collect in installments, they'll collect
Full money.
in Hindi and Gujarati. You have that proverb na, दूध का चला छाछ भी फूक फूक के पीता है.
Yes. Yes.
You have heard that, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक के पीता है. So company is that दूध का जला. They have not received the money from shareholders. Now छाछ भी they will pee फूक फूक के. Means now when they sell these shares to someone else, they will not take the risk of asking the money in installments again. They will collect entire 10 rupees or 7 rupees in. So therefore we directly credit share capital account and not share application, allotment, etc. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
So number of shares reissued into called up capital per share. Here also we will take same called up capital. In share capital we will take same called up capital. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So once again, if the shares are reissued, then bank account debit with number of shares reissued into reissue price. Share forfeiture account debit with number of shares reissued into discount, and share capital account with number of shares reissued into called up capital. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now reissue will have two entries, one of reissue and second of profit. Like I said, company has taken 4 rupees from the old shareholder, but given a discount of only 3 rupees. So still company is at a profit of 1 rupee or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is a revenue profit or capital profit?
Capital.
It is transferred to capital reserve. This profit, being a capital profit, is transferred to capital reserve. So share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. This is, both these entries are to be passed if entries of reissue are asked. Reissue will always have how many entries?
2 entries.
2 entries. Reissue entry also, and after reissue automatically you have to pass the entry of profit. Okay, after the reissue automatically you have to pass the entry of profit. And how will you calculate its amount? Amount forfeited, that was 4 rupees, minus discount, that was 3 rupees. So profit for the company is that 1 rupee. So how will you find the amount of profit? How will you find the amount of profit?
Amount forfeited minus discount.
But amount forfeited on reissued shares, because if out of 500 only 400 shares are reissued, then profit also we will earn on 400 shares only. So amount forfeited on reissued shares minus discount. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is the entry for this profit share forfeiture account? You close and debit and you transfer it to capital reserve account. So I hope everyone is clear with this forfeiture and reissues entries.
Yes.
So in the next lecture, now we will start with its practical questions. Okay. You all will watch the video lectures by that time and cover the practical questions and illustrations I'll do in the live sessions. Any doubts in these entries, you can ask it to me and one student who was there, I don't remember the name, for illustration 12, you can stay back. Others, others can leave. Bye everyone. Those who want to understand.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thursday we will meet now 2:40. Bye everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Sir,
Yes. Yes, yes.
sir, I had one doubt.
हाँ बोलो बेटा. Yes.
Sir, if the shareholder asks for discount of more than 4 rupees, then
We cannot give.
will the company lose?
No, we cannot give.
Com-
Company cannot be at a loss. Okay. Earlier, did we study that company can issue the shares at par and premium but not at discount?
Yes, yes.
So here also company cannot give any discount from its own pocket. Maximum discount they can give is that 3 rupees what was forfeited. Okay. In the next lecture, I'll make you write that as a note. That maximum discount that can be allowed on reissued shares is the amount forfeited. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Bye, sir.
Yes. Bye. Bye. Yes. Which illustration 12? No, let me take out the illustration. Just a minute.
Yes.
What is your name, beta?
Sir Namrata.
Namrata. Yeah. Okay. Which branch?
Pratap Nagar.
Pratap Nagar. Okay. This is the chapter of share capital. Illustration 12. Yes, Namrata. Here it is.
Yes, sir. Sir, here sixth entry is wrong according to textbook.
They have not recorded calls in areas.
Yes.
But it is correct. I told you both the options are correct.
How, sir?
See, what did I tell you in this portion? Even if you don't record calls in areas, it's correct. Did I tell you in that entry or not?
Yes.
Yes, Namrata. Can you see this screen?
Yes, sir.
What did I tell you in illustration 3? That if you pass the entry bank calls in areas to first call, that is also correct. And even if you pass the entry bank to first call, then also it is correct.
Okay, sir. So,
Here the book has followed the second alternative.
yes, sir.
But you go with the first one.
Sir, it is okay if we write like this in exam?
100%, both the entries will get full marks.
Okay, sir.
Means you preferably go with the first one only. So you should pass the entry bank account debit, calls in areas account debit to equity share final call.
Final call, okay. But
Okay.
sir, the amount varies.
Amount will vary, but then in seventh entry, instead of share final call, you'll credit calls in areas, na?
Yes, sir.
In the seventh entry also, you'll credit calls in areas. So finally,
Yes. We will credit share forfeit and 2 calls in arrears account.
yes. So finally, after seventh entry, the effect will become same.
Okay, sir.
That calls in areas account will get closed, and your final call account gets closed. So finally, the effect will remain same in both the cases.
Okay, sir. Got it.
But the difference is if you record calls in areas in sixth entry, then in seventh entry also this 84,000 instead of final call you will write to calls in areas.
2 calls in arrears, yes.
In the lecture I explained you, na, that if you don't record calls in areas, then you do credit share allotment account, first call account, final call account.
Yes, sir.
Here they did not record calls in areas, so they credited final call. But we will be doing this only in short questions. In long
Okay.
questions, we will always record calls in areas.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, sure, welcome. Yeah. Anyone else having any doubts?
Sir,
Yes, Pravik.
and sir, will the company reissue the shares if the shareholders ask at the discount at 4 rupees only?
Yes, up to 4 rupees can be given. In that situation, last entry will not come because company does not earn any profit.
Yes.
So that last entry share forfeiture to capital reserve will not come because company does not earn the profit.
Yes, sir. Thank
Right?
you, sir.
वेलकम, श्योर, वेलकम। आ रहा है समझ में? कमल सर को मिस कर रहे होंगे सब लोग।